What's good with y'all, man? How everybody doing? How everybody doing? It's your boy Harlem, and I'm back again with another video. That's gonna be our outlook. That's gonna be our outlook. I guess, and I pray that everybody did enjoy their trading week. They did what they had to do, and they did what's best of them to do. I just enjoyed my weekend. I was just relaxing. I went hiking, came back hiking. I watched football. I watched soccer the whole day. So it's up with Harlem and I'm back again with another video. I don't want to waste time and I don't want to make this video be too long. So we're going to just get straight into it. So we're going to obviously start off on the NAS, right? Because we did anticipate that on our outlook from the 21st, we said we either waiting forward for continuation to the downside below the zone or we continue bullish above this resistance, whether it's a major one or an intraday zone. It entirely depends. It entirely depends on what you see, how you see it, and how you analyze it, you understand? So this is a daily zone for me, understand me? There's no reason why I have to move it, why I have to remove this rectangle from me. So obviously, with price trading above our resistance, all I can simply wait for my outlook, understand? It's for price to either tap on the zone to continue to the upside or to just continue with the bear momentum and just trade below that resistance and continue moving to the downside. That's just my take on the 4 hour. You follow me? It won't be a patience game on Monday. We're going to have to wait for it. We're going to have to wait for it. You follow me? So I repeat, we're going to simply have to wait for price to tap on the zone, react off of it, and start continue moving to the downside. Or we're going to simply wait for price to trade below, head a retest below, and continue moving to the downside with the overall or with the current price movement. You understand me? So on the hourly time frame, so we can tell that on the hourly time frame in our outlook, price did fail to break the lows. Price did fail to break the lows that we were hoping for price to break down before in order to continue to the downside. And at the same time, price held the zone as some sort of intraday support, you understand me, and pushed it upside, traded above our resistance with the retest above and continued to the upside. So what we can say is on our outlook, it's because now we had a touch of our trend and we had multiple touches right there. What I can say is the price will respect the zone and continue to the upside. Not to looking to take profit on the brick wall in other in anticipation of price continuing to the downside. Or if we continue with the momentum, let's just simply wait for a break and a retest and continue moving to the downside. But at the same time, I still have the zone. Understand me? Price has been respecting the zone for me, tap until it pushed to the upside. Now we're going to just wait to see what happens when we come back there. Are we going to break below or are we going to simply respect that zone? So that's my take on the NAS. I'm simply waiting for price to respect the resistance and continue to the upside, giving us a new support above our resistance. Or once price trades below our resistance, I'll just wait for continuation to the downside with a break and a retest, anticipation of a continuation to the downside. So that's my take on the NAS. Even on my trade idea, I'm simply waiting for price on the 4 hour, waiting for price to either trade above or below resistance. On the hourly time frame, we're still waiting for the very same shake, understand? So now it's going to be a patience game on Monday. You don't just need to hop in the charts because you see that, like, obviously it's time for you to hop in, but you need to wait for clearer confirmations to why you need to do that. So looking at gold. You can tell that on our outlook, we are obviously looking forward. We are hoping for a continuation to the downside. Once price trades below this zone, we had some sort of support right there. We'll say once price trades below, simply wait for retest and continue to the downside. But price was holding some sort of double bottom, you understand? So we anticipate what a continuation to the upside. So because price once had a lower low and a lower high and continued to the downside, now we're coming back to the very same zone and reacting from it. So all I can say is we're simply waiting for price to trade above the zone or simply trade below that very same zone, you understand? So that's just it. That's just it. I wouldn't be looking for much. So once we trade above that higher low, once we trade below above that lower low, which we had on previous current price, we're going to simply continue to the upside. Or once we tap on that lower high and respect it like we are respecting it on current price, we want to anticipate a continuation to the downside. So looking at the hourly time frame, we can say that like we have we have some sort of bullish flag, you understand me, from this push and this correction. We can obviously anticipate what a break and a retest of those highs, anticipation of a continuation to the downside. But once price holds the zone, then we'll just wait for that depletion and that momentum to step in order for us to take those continuations or those reversal trades. You understand me? But at the same time, all I can say is I see some sort of a bull flag. We don't simply wait for break of the highs, retest, and continue to the upside. That's just it, and that's just what I'll be looking for. You understand? On my 4 hour, we'll wait for a trade above those intraday zone or below that intraday zone. Like I say, the lower low we had. Once we trade above the lower low, we continue to the upside. But once price respects it and trades above and trades below the basing zone, we will anticipate or look for those continuations to the downside. That's also my take on gold. Looking at German 30. German 30, there's nothing for me to do because I'm still waiting for price to react on the zone in order to continue to the downside or to just simply break and retest in anticipation of a continuation to the downside. So all I can say is we're just simply waiting for a cleaner confirmation that we are looking to take those reversals, or we are having or hoping for the potential reversal on German 30. So there's nothing for me to do until we wait for confirmation. So looking at US 30, okay, so US 30 is trading above. US 30 is trading above our resistance, you understand? We're trading above our resistance. We can't lie about that. We can't dispute that. Obviously, with a breakout, we wait for a retest and continue to the upside. And price did actually do that. It broke above it, a retest and continuing to the downside. So what I can say is now, because price closed right there, all we can say is we can anticipate what a continuation to the downside, a continuation to the upside, obviously, with what higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, anticipation of a continuation to the upside. But once we get price now trading below those very same zones, we'll anticipate what that possible reversal or to hold, or for price to hold a resistance because it's a strong zone, and look for those reversals to the downside. Understand? So on the hourly time frame, I can't tell much. I can't say much, but all I can say is, bro, like price was holding this correction. Price was moving sideways for some time until we had a bullish momentum candle to the upside. So obviously, that's bullish momentum. We simply wait for an exhaustion before we can hope for a push phase to continue moving to the upside. So what I'm looking for in my trade idea from the 4 hour, we continue bullish above resistance. Like I said, once price trades below resistance, let's just all start looking for those reversals. So on the hourly time frame, we bullish above resistance. As long as price is trading above resistance, we can continue bullish with a higher low behavior. Like I said, on the 4 hour, price at a higher high and a higher low, breakout higher high, retest higher low in anticipation of a continuation of that new higher high to the upside. That's also my take on German 30. I'm just simply waiting on USD. I'm just simply waiting for clearer confirmations that we are holding those zones in anticipation of possible reversals. So on USD CAD, we were looking for what was the 21st? USD CAD, we were looking for continuations to the upside once we get price trading above those zones. Unfortunately, we did get like what price trading above, but that zone wasn't strong enough for it to form until price gave us some sort of a reversal to the downside. You understand me? So we now had a new behavior, price moving in lower lows and in lower highs. Understand me? With this behavior now, all I can say is all I'll be looking for now is for price to give me a clearer confirmation that we are possibly looking for that reversal to the upside, because you can tell how prices be moving, understand higher highs and higher lows. You can tell how prices been moving higher highs and higher lows on current price, not on the overall structure, but looking at current price. Understand? We only look at current price because you can tell that like prices been moving right higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows until we had price coming back again after the so so on my outlook now, because what I said on gold, it's kind of like happening on USD CAD. Price at a lower low and a lower high and a lower low, and then price broke back again or traded above that very same lower low. So obviously, once price holds the zone and fails to continue to the downside, we can anticipate what those continuations to the upside as long as price trades above this zone. Understand? So I know it's a bit tricky and I wouldn't be breaking it down the way I should be breaking it down, but on the hourly time frame, I had something like this. From the hourly time frame, I had like something like this, you understand? I had something like this until price had a breakout, until price had an impulsive breakout, with obviously price correcting right there from this previous zone. So all I can say is let's continue bullish above the zone, or above that zone. So all I can say is as price trades above retest, we continue to the upside, break, retest, continue to the upside, break, retest, continue to the upside. But once price fails to break, let's continue to the downside. Once price fails to break, let's continue to the downside. Once price fails to break, let's do what? Continue to the downside. So that's my take on USD CAD. Even on the 4-hour, we continue bullish above those intraday support zone, this intraday support zone, or bearish below that zone. On the hourly, we wait for 4-hour confirmation. Obviously, once the 4-hour continues bullish with that momentum, we can anticipate continuations from the hourly because the 4-hour is bullish. So that's my take on USD CAD. So looking at Tesla, man, we can tell that like we are still holding that lower low, lower high behavior. You understand me? But I can tell that like price is trying to trade above that major support. You understand me? This is a major support though. This one, it's a major support. You understand me? So prices like potentially looking to trade above this very same zone. So obviously once price trades above, we test above, we continue to the upside. But once price trades below again, let's continue to the downside. You understand? Looking at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin I did anticipate because now price did what? Price once came there, understand, and left that zone, came back and left, came back again and left that zone. So I'm now having some sort of intraday support. Understand? There's just like some sort of intraday support zone too. So all I can say is once price trades above the zone, I'll anticipate what those continuations of those reversals to the upside. But once you get a breakout and maybe test, I'll anticipate what a continuation I'll anticipate a continuation to the downside. That's why I anticipated on my trade idea. On the 4-hour, we bullish above support, we bearish below support. That's it. We bullish above and we bearish below. Understand? So looking at Ethereum, it's kind of like beautiful. It's kind of beautiful compared to most pairs which I trade. So obviously price has been holding the zone, man. Price has been holding the zone. Understand? So obviously with price holding the zone, we have some sort of a break wall or a price breakout. So obviously with a price breakout of a break wall, whether it's in a bullish channel, once we break out, we reverse into the downside. In a bearish channel, once we break out, we're looking to be bullish on the reversal. So obviously with a break, simply wait for a retest before we can anticipate a continuation to the downside. But once price breaks out and retest, let's look for those continuations to the upside. That's just it, and it's just plain simple. Understand? So looking at the hourly time frame, you can tell that like price now price had some sort of what correction right there, understanding from our resistance. From our resistance, price started moving sideways until we had a breakout, or until we had price trading below that zone. We simply wait for a retest off of it right there before we can anticipate a continuation to the downside. So my 4-hour, we broke a channel, understand me? We had a bullish channel, which we kind of like broke out. We simply wait for retest and continue to the downside. On the hourly time frame, price was in that intraday correction until it broke out. We simply wait for retest of it, or for price to simply close below that very same zone in anticipation of what? Of a continuation to the downside. Even on my trade, I did the 4-hour breakout, continue bullish. Understand me? Where will continue bullish above this intraday resistance. Once we had a fail to break, let's look for those reversals to the downside, which is what a possible reversal of price breaking out, retest, with some reversal to the downside. On the hourly, the bullish channel breakout, retest, and continue bearish. That's just plain simple. So looking at Leghorn, because I make a lot to wait, right? We have a potential bullish flag, understand, with this impulsive push. That's just kind of like correcting. Let's anticipate about a continuation to the upside. But where do we look for continuations to the upside? Once you get a break of this one or this one, understand? Or once price trades above this zone and fails to break, let's anticipate what a continuation to the downside. But once we break back in, retest, let's look for those reversals to the downside. Understand? So on the hourly time frame, it is a bullish flag. Like, it is a bullish flag. I don't want to lie. So always just simply waiting for the break of the highs in order for price to continue moving to the upside. That's just it, plain simple. Not looking for much, not looking for less. The 4-hour, my trade idea from the 4-hour, we have a potential bull flag. We continue bullish above highs. Like I say, we continue bullish above highs. On the hourly, continue bullish on 4-hour flag, bearish below major daily sell zone. This zone which we broke out, the zone which we kind of broke out of, like from the daily time frame, it's a strong zone because price did what? Did create that zone, came back from that zone and did what? And impulsively dropped until we had now price breaking out and trading above of it. So all I can say is, from my outlook, to continue bullish, we break the highs. To start going bearish, let's trade below our major daily zone. That's just it. I repeat, plain simple, not looking for much, not looking for less. Last but not least, we have oil. Okay, I can't dispute anything. Oil, bro, like it's still moving in that lower high behavior. You understand? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And just to check on the previous history, price once had this zone on the foamy. So price had this zone which pushed to the upside, understand, and did what? And came back to the downside. So once price fails to break those lows, we can potentially anticipate what? A continuation to the upside or a reversal to the upside. But once we break out, let's anticipate what? A continuation to the downside with our lower low, lower high behavior. Understand? That's just it. That's just it, right? Price had a previous low which pushed price impulsively to the upside. Price did what? Pushed again to the downside, coming back to the very same zone, failing to break it to end the week. All we're waiting for is for price to just trade below off of it to continue bearish, or to hold the zone above in anticipation of reversals to the upside. So from the hourly time frame, now, all I can say is this is a momentum. This is a big momentum, but like how this has been moving, bro. Understand me? Price is having some sort of bear momentum spread, but every time we had a bear momentum, look at this correction. So obviously now, all I can say is, because we're trading again on that very same zone with a potential double top on our current market price. Once price breaks out, let's look for those continuations to the downside. But once price fails to break those low, or wait for that depletion and momentum to start looking for those reversals to the upside. So that's just it. That's just my outlook. I'm not looking for much. I'm not looking for less. All I can say is most pairs gonna need patience. Most pairs gonna need discipline and patience. You understand? Discipline and patience. Discipline and patience are the only two things that we might need to encounter on this coming week. I can't share fundamentals. Like I said, I don't want to make this video be too long. I think you're gonna end here. That's all I got, man, on this video. That's all I got. Like I always say, bro, I'm grateful for my subscribers and my YouTube viewers, bro, and my likers, bro. You guys are the best. I'm grateful to have you guys are the reason why I keep on showing up on YouTube and why I keep on breaking down trades so anyone can learn something from it. Financial disclaimer, this ain't financial advice. Everything I say you do, that's obviously based on my own opinion, bro. The market might not move the way I anticipate, or the market might move the way I anticipate. It's just, it entirely depends on your discipline, your commitment, your positivity, your confidence, and most of all, right? Don't be scared to take those trades. Without further ado, that's all I got on this video. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got, man. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. That's